For joining us in studio this morning. We have not all of the cast, but a hunk of the cast here from Clue here at the Roswell Community Little Theater. Let me, where'd my paper go? There it goes. Our director, Kathy Cook, is with us here this morning. Colonel Mustard, Randy Nolen here as well. We also have Myles Lopez. You're the cook, right?
No, she's the cook.
You're the cook.
Erin's the cook.
Erin Adler's the cook.
I am the cook.
And Myles Lopez is the body.
Mr. Boddy.
Mr. Boddy. AKA the Body.
Yeah. Eventually. I get to
No, that was Jesse Ventura.
Well, I was going to say, steal that from you. You could be Jesse the Body, Mr. Body Ventura.
Yes, I love it.
Very good. Well, thank you guys for spending the time with us. Good morning, everybody.
Thank you for having us. Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
So, first off, if you're not familiar, the Roswell Community Little Theater, they're a great organization that's been around, I don't know, as long as Roswell.
Almost 70 years now.
doing performances and stuff. And, obviously had to take a bit of a hiatus, sort of, with COVID and things, but still managed to do some stuff during that time. But now that we're out of COVID, the Community Little Theater's been hot and heavy doing shows here the last, 6 months, year here, since we've kind of been coming out of COVID here. And the next big production here is coming up this weekend and next, and it is one that I think a lot of people are familiar with, is Clue, which either the board game, or maybe you're familiar with the movie that they turned into, I guess, a theater. Was it originally theater and then a movie, or vice versa?
No, I think it was a movie first.
So this is one of the few exceptions that it started as the movie. Yeah. And then they decided, hey, we're going to put a Broadway version of this. So
and it actually was made into like a high school musical first, and then they adapted the script to make it a little bit more closely like the movie.
Gotcha.
For just stage.
And if you've never seen the movie, it's a comedy. It's very much it's a whodunit. It's Clue. It's the whodunit. But and of course, I'm a big fan of Tim Curry. Every one of his movies are a hit. Even I'm not even a big fan of Rocky Horror Picture Show per se, but
him in it.
Right. It's Tim Curry.
Yeah, exactly. So when I think of Clue, I go right to Tim Curry. I mean, there was a lot of other great performances in there, but that's kind of the one that stands out to everybody. But which, by the way, I imagine whoever the butler is has probably got big shoes, because everyone's going to think Tim Curry when you think
he's got some big shoes, and he is doing a fabulous job.
Awesome.
It's Charles Lathrop, and he's done several things at the theater. And
gotcha.
He's awesome.
So I'm curious for you guys as actors, do you get, especially with Colonel Mustard, who's people, that seems to be when people think Clue, when you fire off a character, Colonel Mustard's 9 times out of 10 probably the first one people throw out of their mouths. But how much does when you have a movie, how does that influence like what you guys do as actors? I mean, because at some point you're like, all right, I'm making this my own. This is my character. But when you're looking at a movie and you're like, how much of that rubs off, and you're like, well, I'm gonna like, well, it's gonna sound like Tim Curry, or is this gonna be my version of it? How much of that does that play in? I mean, because I'm guessing you want a little of that because you want the audience to be familiar with you, but at the same time, you don't want to do a version of someone else's thing out there too.
There are actors who will not watch the movie.
Gotcha.
Until after the show's over.
Sure. Was that anybody here? Did y'all? Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, not here, but one of our cast members, our Mrs. White, refused to watch the movie until she had developed her own idea of what she wanted to do with the character.
Now, has she since seen it?
I think she has,
Just curious, what's her thoughts?
I don't know that I've spoken with her. Did any of you?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, I don't know.
But for everyone else, did y'all seen the movie prior to auditioning for this roles?
I have not.
Okay, so so have you still not seen it to this day?
I have not.
Okay. Now, do you have plans to?
Yes.
All right. Very good.
It's not planned that he hasn't seen it. It's just the fact that he hasn't seen it.
Gotcha. Very good. Well, you also, I'm guessing, it's a little different. We were on Earth at the time and all that. I'm not, depending on, when did that movie come out? I don't even remember.
I think it was about 1985.
85, and I'm assuming you weren't with us.
Way before I was.
Yeah, I would say you weren't around with us in 1985.
I am 17.
And I don't know if you've picked up on this yet, but Miles and Erin are mother and son.
I kind of figured
Yeah.
that way. The way
So we got a little family thing going on.
Yeah, I kind of figured the way they were interacting.
Right.
I was just waiting for him to bump him in the head when he said something wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Give it a minute. Give it a minute.
This happened.
Oh, we've only been here 5 minutes.
Right.
Give us time. We'll get
It usually
that.
only takes about that long.
So let me ask, who got who into doing this? Son or mom?
Or actually, technically, it's both.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
You kind of decided together? Okay.
Yeah, I've done theater for many, many years in
Okay.
high school and actress
Okay.
such, but he really likes the game Clue.
Okay.
And so we had actually just bought a game
A game.
of
board
Clue,
game. Yeah.
the board game, and maybe like 3 days later I saw an advertisement on Facebook for the audition.
That's a little serendipitous.
And I was like, dude, look at
Meant
this,
to
check
be.
it out.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're going.
Yeah, when she showed me, I'm like, we're going. End of story.
Yeah.
So you're a fan of the game. That's what got you. All right. So do you have a favorite character? Favorite
Yes and no.
Like when I was a kid, I remember getting the things and I'm like, ooh, look at the cool knife, or I mean, you kind of dug the. Was there like, do you have your favorite pieces or favorite rooms or favorite characters in the?
Not really. I usually
Okay.
just play wherever and whenever.
Okay. Like I didn't know if you're secret. Like, oh, I hope it's plum. Or I hope it's white. I hope it's mustard. Very cool. I love that. I think, and now I'm kind of wanting to know what your reaction to the movie is when you do eventually get around to seeing it and seeing what you thought of, how the live theater version versus the movie version is. But folks, if we would love to have everyone come on out. We got good news is you've got 6 performances ahead of you right now, so you got time. Opening weekend is this Friday night. Friday night and Saturday night. Those are 7:30 p.m. performances, and then on Sundays the matinee, which is at 2:30.
2:30.
I always get that confused at 2 or 2:30, but
Yeah.
it's 2:30.
Well, it used to be 2, and then we made it 2:30 so people wouldn't get confused.
Gotcha.
Everything was a half hour.
It gives you an extra half hour to get out of church and
Yeah.
get your meal and get all the stuff you're going to do before you head out to the play.
right.
Here.
Right.
So, but and it'll be this weekend and next weekend. Now, hopefully you were listening earlier and things. There is a fun little game that we've got. Clue's a game, right?
Yeah.
Gotta have a game with the game, with the play, and all that. So hopefully you're participating. But really, beginning yesterday, they've started issuing out clues, and there's various supporters in town that are holding evidence, clue cards.
Yep.
And based on our clues, which I'll give today's again. I'm not going to redo yesterday's.
Yeah.
But you can go to RoswellTheater.com.
Yes.
Spell theater right, Theatre.
Exactly.
And then you can see what yesterday's clues. I'm going to make you do a little work there.
Yeah.
And then you can go on out and pick up the clues at the various things. But if you and basically what happens is you're going to hear the clues, and then each day this week, go to the business that you think is the answer to the clue. There'll be the clue card there if you got it right.
Yep.
And then go to any of the performances, whether it's this Friday or next Sunday afternoon, any of those performances, and they'll give you an opportunity to present your evidence. And then all the folks that present the correct evidence will be in a drawing to win a prize that evening or that afternoon.
Yep.
And then on the Sunday of the final performance, the 6 winners from each show will be put into another drawing to win an even cooler prize.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to play in that and have some fun with it on top of just going to see a play, get the kids involved, let them have some fun with it here too. And I think that could be a good family thing and make it part of it. And y'all, work hard this week trying to get all the clues and then decide what show works best for you guys to come to and come and present your evidence. And who knows, you might get a sweet little prize. So.
You just might.
And all of it supporting the communal theater and the
Right.
performing arts and really a way to thank your guys' supporters as well, because these are all businesses that either are supporting now or have supported through the years the communal theater. Well, whether it's giving them money or giving them props or and when not props, not like good job. I mean like props.
Physical items.
I should clarify, props for the stage.
And I
Although
would
I'm
like
sure
to,
there's a few attaboys in there too.
We'll take a good pat on the back. It'll be all right.
Right.
That's why we do it.
But and so we'd love to have you come be a part of it here. So
Also, the 12th, Thursday the 12th.
Yes.
There's going to be an immersive dinner.
you're going to do the dinner experience
Yes.
for this one.
Yeah.
too. Very
so
good.
the members of the cast will serve you.
Okay.
Yes.
And
it'll be on stage here and everything,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. And
Yes.
it's what is it? No.
It's the menu.
Yeah.
Beef Wellington.
Beef Wellington. That's what
Oh.
it was.
And we have the celebrity chef. I can't remember.
Gordon Ramsay? No, I'm
No,
just kidding.
Carrie Moore. Carrie Moore.
Carrie Moore.
Oh,
yes.
Bewitches.
Yes.
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 And she's doing the.
She does some
menu
good
for
sandwiches
us.
if you haven't had those
Yeah.
sandwiches.
She absolutely does.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll have monkey brains, monkey bread,
Okay.
and a shark fin Texas toast in a soup that she's making.
Nice. With your beef Wellington.
With the beef
Yes.
Wellington.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
cool.
So little hints of the show and things.
I had to go to the Bellagio in Vegas to have beef
Oh, you
Wellington.
had to?
Such a terrible.
I had no other opportunity to get beef Wellington. So no, that was the only time I've had it. We were on vacation a few years ago. And we went to their buffet. And I was like, oh, beef Wellington's on it. Oh, look at this. And
My husband and I love Vegas. We
Yeah.
got married there, so.
oh, good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bellagio has like on the weekends like a expensive buffet.
Yeah.
And it has like caviar.
They have an expensive everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
But-
Vegas. Come on.
But I
What do
meant
you
like,
expect?
I mean, like average schmo like me, expensive, and it was
Yeah.
just. But yeah, they got to do things like caviar and stuff that
yeah.
most of us don't get to eat on a regular
Yeah.
basis. And I tried all that mess, but that was the time one time I had beef Wellington.
Well,
so
you'll have an opportunity to
the
do it
11th,
again.
you can do it again.
The
here
12th.
and-
That's
The 12th.
The 12th. I'm sorry.
Thursday.
The 12th.
Thursday the 12th.
Now, what is it? Go through the website, the RoswellTheater.com to
yeah,
get
I believe
your
you can
tickets.
get your tickets there.
Probably the best way there, and that'll be again that Thursday, next Thursday.
Yep.
And that'll be at the theater. So come and have a meal, and then come back the next night for the show there,
That's
and all
right.
that too, while the cast serves. And all right, who's now? I got to ask if you're going to go and which member of the cast is a little clumsy. When you want to avoid a little bit for maybe no, I want the other person to hand me
Mr. Green.
I just say, do you want the character that's clumsy
Yeah.
or the actor that's
the
clumsy?
one that's going to keep me from wearing my beef Wellington.
I would probably have to say, stay away from Mr. Green.
Okay,
Yes,
I didn't
yes.
know, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr.
Whoa.
Green.
Especially if it's thundering that night.
Right. Yes.
Very good. Yeah, and that would be the one time it rains here in Roswell. You'll be here the day it happens.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take every motion a bit. So let me ask the play, this version. How is it very much like the movie? Is it a little bit different? Is it completely different? How much do they take from it, and how much do they kind of branch away from it?
I'd say 85 to 90% of it is like
very
the
much
movie.
like
Okay, so if you love
Yeah.
the movie,
Very
then you're
much
gonna
like-
You're gonna
love this.
you're gonna recognize this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I know obviously there's things you can do on screen that you can't do on stage,
Yeah.
and so they probably had to rewrite to kind of make that fit in
Yeah.
and some of the
Yeah.
things, and vice versa. There's things
Yeah.
you can do on stage it's really hard to do
Right.
in a theatrical version too. So. So how long is the cast? Because I know you guys have been working on this for a couple months now. And everything it's been.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the schedule. What's the Is it every night for you guys now? This is something that folks don't realize is the dedication and commitment that the cast puts in. I know this once the moment they audition and sign up and say, "Hey, we're going to do this," it's a commitment where they're devoting good hunks of their weeks to being out at the theater or at home, rehearsing, practicing, getting ready for this. So, have you guys had any free time in the last month here, or has it been pretty much devoted to Clue?
Pretty much devoted to Clue. Except for Holy Week.
Yeah.
Got to stop for that.
yeah.
Well, it didn't stop, but there was also other stuff.
slowed
going on.
down,
Right.
It
It
just got
wasn't the only
busier.
thing we were
So in
doing.
between Easter celebrating, you were kind of like, all right, let me learn my lines here, let me
Yeah.
study here, let me do that kind of stuff. So let's ask. I'm gonna start this way. What's your favorite parts about your character? What's the things that you're kind of like you were drawn to it, and is there parts that you aren't drawn to it too as well? I'm gonna get to each of you. I'm gonna start this way for you and your character.
Well, the irony is I didn't start out having my character.
Okay.
I kind of earned my character. I was supposed to be just the props person,
Okay.
and then the lady that was cast as the cook couldn't fulfill
Oh, so you kind of
the
stepped
position.
in and said,
So
all right.
it was like, hey, do you want this? Okay, all right.
So let me ask you
I mean, I'm here all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So
Well, let me ask you this: because, like you said, you've done theater. Was it kind of fun to get thrown in your lap last minute a little bit?
It was.
I mean, because there's a challenge to
Right,
that. So,
right.
So was that fun for you? And I mean, obviously when you hear it, like, oh my gosh, but
Like, oh,
once
all
you
right.
settle down into it, you're
Right.
kind of like, yeah, I kind of dig it, you know?
Right.
So was that like that for you on this?
Yeah,
one?
pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah, it was nice to actually get a part. I
Yeah.
wasn't sad that I didn't get a part when we auditioned.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of great actors that were out there. So it was a guess, and by golly, when you only have a certain number of, what do we have, 13 characters to fill and
Right.
25 people auditioning,
Yeah.
obviously not everybody's going to get a part.
Sure.
So, I was like, I will do props. He got a part. That's great.
Yeah.
And, okay, now I have a part. All right.
Well,
we can do this.
And since you mentioned it, real quick, I want to throw that plug in is if you want to get involved with the community little theater, it's not always being on the front of stage. Like if you're like, I don't want nothing to do with acting or singing, no.
Yeah.
Right.
There are so many roles behind the scenes, whether it's props, whether it's costuming, whether it's sitting in the booth for sound and light, whether it's
Buildings.
helping
Stage manager.
Yeah, stage management, helping with props, helping building sets,
Yeah.
helping with ushering and just ticket taking and,
Right.
and
Yeah.
doing all the ancillary things that that are needed to run a theater.
Running the concessions.
Yeah, well, we'd love to have volunteers. All of it's volunteer operations, or
Absolutely.
even serving on the board. I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm sure you you got a lot of great people that serve on the board, but they've been doing it for a while, and they're probably getting tired of doing it after a while, and it's time to get new people to.
Yeah.
So if folks are interested in that way, we'd love to have serve because. It's and I know this. I don't know everything, but I know enough to know that when you guys do plays and things, the board it's way in advance. Like these guys decided to do Clue not like last week. This was probably a year plus ago
Yeah.
when it was put on the schedule and everything like
Yeah.
that. And that's kind of where the board serves and says, all right, where we're going here. Obviously,
Yeah.
people are putting in their I want to do this one,
Yeah.
and then they kind of
I
get
was
in the hard
sketching
decision.
set designs during COVID lockdown in 2020.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. This
Yeah.
is not just we're going to show up one day. This is, in many cases, years of preparation
Yes.
to get this done.
Yeah, we've
And-
already got our 22-23 and 23-24 seasons planned.
Yeah, that's
scheduled.
It goes that far out. So this
Yeah.
is. I know we talk and everything has a very spontaneous feel and everything, but there's a lot of people,
Lot of planning ahead
and a
of
lot
time.
of planning that are going on here. So all right, I got sidetracked.
No worries.
That never happens on this show.
Not like the Busby Berkeley movies where it's, hey, gang,
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. But all right, for your character, what's your for Mr. Boddy? What's kind of like? Is there parts you love, parts you hate, parts what's your?
Well, with Mr. Boddy, I was actually, whenever I first auditioned, I was originally an extra, aka like one of the cops, and then.
So you like your mom, you kind of
Yeah,
as
I was-
need arise, you got to step
Right.
up.
Yeah, the person who was originally playing Colonel Mustard had to quit.
Okay.
And then he took the position, but he was originally Mr. Boddy, and then
Oh.
I took the position of Mr. Boddy.
So okay,
got
now
a
it had
fruit
to
basket.
shift.
We definitely have to be a little bit flexible.
Yes.
Well, good news is you got a promotion now. You're
Yes,
perfect.
Right.
Yeah, so now I'm both Mr. Boddy and the cop.
Okay.
And,
so now it's dual role.
Yeah,
Which is something that happens in theater.
Yes, it is.
And guess what? You might play different sexes and everything else
Right.
too. You might be wearing a dress on stage. That's what happens.
been there, done that.
Yeah.
But as Mr. Boddy, I like him because he's just this mysterious character that no one knows exactly who or what he is.
Gotcha.
Like, he comes in and everyone's like, who's this?
Right.
And Mr. Boddy just acts like it's all okay and just rolls with it.
Nice. Gotcha. So he's kind of, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
And plus, like you said, when we think of Clue, we don't think of Mr. Boddy. We
Right.
think of Colonel Mustard,
Yeah.
Professor Plum,
Right.
all the famous ones.
In the game, Mr. Boddy's already dead.
Yeah.
That's who we're trying to figure out.
And so
Yeah, we're
like,
trying to figure out who killed Mr. Boddy.
Right.
it's a little on the nose, right? The guy's name.
Yeah.
And it's a double D body. Right?
Yeah.
They didn't do much research on the creativity of the name of these people. But
He's a body. We'll call him Mr. Body.
we got to
It's
remember,
great.
it was a Parker Brothers board
Right.
game.
Right.
They weren't thinking of Gone with the Wind when they made it. But that's what's fun about it too.
Yep.
So now I'm curious, since you're a board game fan, is there a dream like one you wanted to do? Like you're like, I would love to be
I wanted to be Colonel Mustard or Professor Plum.
Okay. Well, they're the big guns, right?
Yeah.
Plum and Mustard are the two
And then I was
big
thrown
names.
in as an extra.
The Scarlet. I mean,
But it's better than nothing. You start somewhere.
well, and now let me ask, like your mother's done. So, is this your first opportunity doing theater?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I don't even know how many years ago I was in a vacation Bible school and we did a play that was over Moses and the Ten Commandments.
Got you. So
That
you did
was-
kind of church theater and things like that.
That was my first and only theater experience.
Well, now you're.
So
a
now he's
veteran.
got the real theater
Yeah.
experience.
So let me ask you this: are you bit with the bug? Like now it Clue's over. Are you going ready to? Are you like, man, I want to see what's next, and I want to see if there's anything I can audition for the next play.
I do want to see what is next, but depending on the play, I may or may not audition.
Gotcha.
Like, if it's not something that seems interesting to me, then I'm not going to audition. But if it seems like even a little bit intriguing, then I will go check it out, see what it's about.
Now I'm curious. Like they're going to
show
say, no. What I'm I know this is not what's next, but I'll be like, if it's Steel Magnolias, I can see you going. I know that's not next, but it's just just the first thing that popped in my head I would have thrown out there. But all right, for Colonel Mustard, for you, what's like you said, you were originally Mr. Boddy, ended up being Colonel Mustard here. What's is there aspects of this character you kind of digging or fun or vice versa, ones you're not so much?
He gets to live.
This is true.
He's one of
Mustard
Spoiler
doesn't die.
Spoiler alert.
That was his real goal. I want to move up to another position so I don't die.
It is Clue, you know.
That was one of the parts that I really wanted was Colonel Mustard.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
So now I get to do it. It's just fun.
Now, like when you, for you, is it do you look at the card and like, all right, what is this guy like? Or you do the movie, or is it your own thing? You know?
Well, I watched the movie, but you really can't play somebody else's character.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to make the character your own. I mean, you can look at what Martin Mull did and think, oh yeah, that was kind of funny.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
And Mull's
he's-
got a
he's-
certain.
Yeah, it's him and I'm me.
Yeah. Mull's kind of got that almost dry humor to him, where he's not going to hit you boisterously. He's going to get you low underneath and make you laugh that way. Right. And I can see that.
And we have a different director than the movie had.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she's got her vision of the show.
Sure.
Right.
So but I almost one would look at because you definitely look at the cards in the game, and they've got that Aristotic air to all of the characters. So to me, I almost would look at it and be like, what would this guy sound like? And and you start thinking, all right, and then there's probably some kind of combination of Captain Crunch and Moby Dick going on
Captain
there.
Kangaroo.
Moby Dick. I mean, I don't know. There's something going on. Captain Ahab and Captain Crunch mixed together. I don't know.
You almost need Captain Kangaroo pockets to put the weapons in.
That's true.
Right.
It's true.
No, I have a duffel bag.
So for you as director, let me like when you're watching and directing and giving the actors notes and things, which like is your vision just the script, or do you kind of look at it like I see it a different way and want to put it this way?
Well, me as a director, I always, you start with the script.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where the ideas all come from.
Sure.
But then I take a lot from what the actors give me.
Right.
So if I've done my job correctly in casting, then my vision kind of just happens because
I'm going to do an
we
analogy.
got the right people. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a good one, but this is how I relate, maybe others. It's kind of like a football coach. When a football coach has got his football team, some of the best ones, the football coach will be like, I'm a run-heavy guy or I'm a pass-heavy, whatever their philosophy is. But generally, the best ones say, well, what's my talent at the moment?
Right.
I need to come up with a scheme that maximizes their strength. So is that kind of like what you're saying?
Exactly.
Is like, the script's just got the guidelines here, but what are these folks good at? Let's make that. We're going to enhance that, and the things they're not so good at, we're going to kind of, shadow a little bit, hide under a basket.
Right.
If you will.
And they develop the rapport between each other, and they find their relationships with the other actors on stage as well.
Very
in
cool.
a way that's different than what the actors in the movie would have.
Yeah, good deal. And so I would love to invite folks to come out and see this.
Absolutely.
If you've never, and I think this is a great one for even folks that are kind of like poo-poo live theater or musicals, that kind of thing. Because this one, it's a subject matter we're all familiar. Clue is everyone knows Clue. You know what I mean? It's right there with Mickey Mouse and McDonald's. We all know Clue, you know?
And it's a complete release from reality.
Yeah,
So,
Absolutely.
it's a fun couple hours of coming out and just having a good time. So make it a date night, make it a family night. Make it, I don't have any friends, I'm going to come meet new people. I don't know, whatever that is. I'd love to come on out.
If nothing else, you can come shake hands with us after the show.
Yeah, come meet the cast. Come, and maybe you're new to town and like, I love theater. Come out to one of the shows here, meet the cast, meet the crew, and get involved here, and come see the facilities. Because, and this is another thing, man, I just saw the time, but Roswell Communal Theater is. You guys are pretty fortunate in that you have more assets than a lot of little theaters have across the country. You have your own facility, which is in and of itself a huge deal. And obviously that's awesome, but it's also immense responsibility. So I know that you guys have been working on paying for a new roof here and all that. So from this perspective, you coming out and supporting these shows, you're helping them. All this money goes back into the program, back to the facility, back into to making sure the CAPS program, all the things that are part of the community little theater. You coming out and enjoying these shows continue that to happen. And to be honest, I imagine dictates also what the planning of this is. You know, when things like this are popular, they're going to say, "Ooh, we got more people coming to these shows.
Exactly.
Maybe we should start planning these type of shows." And so the board and everyone that's deciding are looking off of, well, how many people showed up to this one? So you know, you got like your last production had a lot of people. That says, you know, and I know for a fact they're like, "Oh, we need to plan a sequel. We need to do more because that was." And so. If you love Clue, if you love this, come support it. Come be a part of it.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest signal you send to the board of directors. And saying, we want more of this. We want more of this kind of stuff. So come be a part. It's family-friendly, fun atmosphere. Come play in the game, too. Come look for the clues. Let me give you today's clue again. Like I said, I'm going to make you work for yesterday's. But you got today's. Today's clue, meet Professor Plum's friend Oscar, where you can find ancient rocks and fossils from the ancients of days. So, I didn't say they're hard clues. You're a little bit smarter. We don't need to be ace detectives, just detective lights to figure these one out. But you can do it and come in and get the clue. And then go back to RoswellTheater.com to get yesterday's clue, or I think there might be on the Facebook wall too, as well too. On the just look for Roswell Communal Theater on Facebook as well there too. And then don't forget performance of Clue this Friday night, this Saturday night. Those are 7:30 p.m. performances, and then Sunday afternoon at 2:30. And if this weekend's not looking good for you, then we got next weekend as well. Friday night, Saturday night again at 7:30, Sunday afternoon at 2:30. You can order tickets in advance right now, again at RoswellTheater.com. Don't forget they spell theater like live theater, Theatre. If you don't remember anything, just Google RCLT, Roswell Communal, it'll pop right up.
Sunday is Mother's Day. Bring your mama.
Oh, that's right. This Sunday is Mother's Day. What better way to celebrate Mom than taking her out to a show? And, you know, maybe get her some tickets to the Thursday night dinner.
Right.
That won't be on Mother's Day, but you say, all right, Mom, we're gonna take you to dinner. It'll be a couple days after next Thursday, and then get her tickets. So take her to the show Sunday. Have her meet the cast and characters, and then have them serve them beef Wellington on Thursday night. Here. What's the cost on tickets for the dinner? Do you know off the top of your head? I'm sure it's on the website.
It's a little bit more than the past.
Well, it's beef Wellington, I would expect.
I think it's like in the neighborhood of $50 a day.
Okay, very nice. So
it might have bumped up to 60 or something.
Well, it's a date night, or it's just treat your mom to dinner. Right. You know, it's something little. You know, get a little, make it a thing. Get some fancy duds, and you know, don't have to wear tuxes and stuff. But you know, make it a date night. Make it if you want. If you want, you know,
dress as your favorite character for
there you go. You get dueling Professor Plums or dueling Colonel Mustard.
Or dueling bodies.
Or dueling bodies. The body don't eat much.
Extra helping.
I have his beef Wellington. He don't need it.
They come in and just lay on the table.
That's right. Service here stinks. Just lying around. But we would love to have everyone come be a part of this. Again, RoswellTheater.com. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. You're going to come and laugh. You're going to have we all can use a little bit of fun here, and come support the communal theater, support our local actors, our local group here. They work, these individuals here and your other castmates and other folks that are associated with are busting their tail doing this. There's a constant, I've done enough stuff with the communal theater, know they have a great core of people that they work god awful endless hours in there doing set design, costume design. They live, breathe, and eat this stuff. And I'm like, you guys should go home once in a while. But they love it and they do it. So come support it. Come support and get involved. But you know what? If you want to get, while you're there and you want to learn more about the community, ask for a tour.
Yes.
Have them take you behind the stage. Yeah. There's a whole nother world back there. They got rooms just full of costumes and props, and it's an amazing thing that they got back there. So
the little theater is not as little as it seems.
It's not.
No, it's definitely not. The tickets for the immersive dinner are $65.
$65. Thank you very much.
Not a problem.
Yeah. And show tickets are just $10, if I remember right.
I believe so. Yeah.
If I remember off the top of my head, I think that's usually about what it is. But again, and then of course tickets will be available at the door.
The price of a movie on popcorn in a movie.
There you go. Exactly. It's way cheaper than that, actually. You get popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Popcorn, as much as that beef Wellington you're charging. You're now charging for popcorn. But come out, be a part of it. Get your tickets and support it. It's going to be a fun time. I guarantee you're going to have a great time. And for those anti-musical people, bringing them along, it's going to be, I guarantee they're going to be the people that at first they're going to, and then they're going to be sitting there with their teeth out laughing and having a good time. I guarantee it.
And there's no singing.
There is no
singing.
singing.
This is not a musical. This is a
He's like, at the end. There's one line.
Yeah, no, at the end.
Tiny bit.
Oh, just a little singing. So you can plug your ears if it really bugs you.
They kept telling me, you are not going to turn this into a musical. No, that's what I normally do.
No.
I kept
hold my beer.
I kept telling Kathy that if we make this into a musical, you're getting a new actor.
You're going to need a whole
new cast. You have to find a new dead guy.
That can be
The dead guy sings a lot.
She's like, I'm going to make you such a good actor, you're not going to have to act no more. Well, thank you guys for joining us here. Break a leg and come out and see him beginning this Friday night. And again, go to RoswellTheater.com, get your tickets, and learn more about upcoming shows, the kids' arts program. If you have children, I would highly recommend getting them into. They learn every aspect of theater, not just acting, and really they learn life skills through that.
Yeah.
So get your kid, learn more about. If you come out to one of the shows, ask about the CAPS program. They'll be happy to tell you more about that.
Yeah.
Too.
Absolutely.
So, good deal. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And appreciate the visit, and we look forward to see you as your respective characters here this weekend and next.
You betcha.
All right.
Thank you.
Don't go kill nobody this weekend.
Man, you take the fun out of it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It is